Hi everybody, Heather here with Dwell Denver Real Estate. This week is Dwell Denver's market update, and what we're going to talk about today is a question I get asked a lot by sellers, and that is, what is the best time to sell my house for the most money? So the short answer to that is we are in an extreme seller's market, so anytime, right? But it really requires some real strategizing, and there are three things that you need to know about strategizing. Number one is you really need to understand how an extreme seller's market works. And the truth is there are hot months and there are cold months. And the tricky thing is those hot months aren't really where everybody expects them to. The hot months are end of January through May. The cooler months begin in June and they run through December. So what does that mean? What's the difference? The difference between a hot month and a cooler month is that in hot months, there are a lot more buyers on and a lot less inventory for them to pick from. So low inventory means low supply. A lot of buyers means high demand. It's the old supply-demand curve that we probably mostly forgot. And what that means though is that prices go up, right? And then in the cooler months, we have more inventory on, more houses for sale, and just less buyers in the market. People drop out because by fall, a lot of times they're settled. And sometimes even the fact that the kids are going back to school in the fall means that people are out of the market by that time. So there are less buyers on the market. So it really does cool off. The second thing you need to know is how to strategize the sale. And the most important thing by far in an extreme seller's market, it's counterintuitive, but do not overprice the house. When you overprice a house, it does not encourage buyers to go out and pay whatever it is you hope they would pay for your house if it's priced over market value. What it does is it really slows down or stops the buyer momentum. And then the house sits. And what happens when a house sits on a market for a week or two in this market, people start asking themselves, what's wrong with it? And then they start bidding it down. So we never want that to happen, right? What we want to do is make the house look like a great deal. And that means finding the market value, pricing a little bit underneath that, and then putting it on the market. The third thing you need to do is market like a boss. And what that means is that the house has to look exquisite. It really does. Fantastic photographs. Photographs sell houses and they make buyers feel like a house is really worthwhile and maybe the most valuable it can possibly be. The better it looks, the more a buyer is going to feel like the house is really worth, the highest price possible. So we make it look great. We put it everywhere. We want to make sure it's on every major place that people are going to look. The MLS, Zillow, Redfin, all the syndicated channels, right? And then the very last thing we want to do is make sure that you have a professional negotiating on your behalf. It is tempting to save money by either doing it yourself or getting, a discount broker. In my opinion and in my experience, what happens with discount situations is that people get what they pay for. If a discount broker isn't charging you as much, they have to save money on that by sometimes reducing their resources or the time they spend working on your behalf. So make sure that you choose an agent who is going to help you strategize your sale, understand the market, and market the house absolutely as best and most powerfully that it can be. And that way you will make the most money selling in whatever time of year makes sense for you.